Boy, oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, your New York Knicks have won Game 3 and the season is saved. The season is saved, ladies and gentlemen, after a massive performance from your center, Karl-Anthony Towns, who came out in the fourth quarter, 24th quarter points, and just provided this Knicks team exactly what they needed in a crucial time in this basketball game. We are back in the series, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate every single one of you in the chat. Appreciate you guys on TikTok, on YouTube, on X. Smash the like button, subscribe, all the good stuff. We can all breathe. We can breathe, ladies and gentlemen. In a crucial, first and foremost, the Knicks have never won a playoff game in Indiana. This is their first playoff win in Indiana. It has been a house of horrors for this Knicks team. To start this game, it was really more of the same, right? More of the same. They can't defend. First and foremost, they start Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart coming in off the bench. Rotation switched up in a Game 3 where you're literally throwing everything's up on the table. Literally after Game 2, what I was saying on the post game, it's time to change it up, Tom Thibodeau. If you lose Game 3, the season's over. If you lose Game 3, the season's over. You got to switch it up. If you're not going to switch it up now, then when? In the offseason? He switches the starting five. Not only does he switch the starting five, he switches the rotations off the bench. DeLon Wright with some key defensive moments in this game. Landry Shamet with some key defensive moments in this game and even hit a three. Providing value. And more of the same going into halftime, but something changed midway through that third quarter where the Knicks just got the lead to 13 a little bit. They got down by 20, called timeout. Obi Toppin, alley-hoop dunk, called timeout. Brunson, foul trouble all night long. And in the fourth quarter, Karl-Anthony Towns showed the F up. Karl-Anthony Towns showed up. That is how you show up in a Game 3 when your season is on the line. After you essentially get benched in Game 2, you show up in Game 3 and simply dominate. Dominate. Back in the series. Back in the series. 24th quarter points from the Big Cat. After essentially the entirety of the game, up to the fourth quarter, foul trouble, wasn't playing well. Everyone's like, where's Cat? I don't know. When Jalen Brunson came out of this game, the Knicks made a run. The Knicks made a run with Jalen Brunson on the bench. Deuce McBride, shout out to you. Thank you. After giving us 3 personal fouls in the first quarter, right? Deuce McBride, DeLon Wright, Shamet, I wrote it down here, Anunoby, and Towns. That lineup, Pacers had no answer for. The defense just picked up. Pacers were floundering. And in order to beat this team, you need to play good defense. And that lineup right there was locking them down. Locking the Indiana Pacers down. And we have to give credit where credit is due, man. That lineup right there. I mean, Wright, Deuce, Shamet, Hart, and Towns. In that fourth quarter, Josh Hart with some tremendous rebounds, by the way. Shout out to Josh Hart. Round of applause for Josh Hart, man. Being a team player, taking pretty much essentially going back to his bench role, which I think is perfect for him. Going back to his bench role and saying prior to the game, look, if I'm talking about sacrifice, if I'm talking about all these things, I'm not going to get angry that I'm the one to be benched. And you saw a better start to this basketball game for the New York Knicks. Even though they lost the first quarter, I thought it was a better start for the New York Knicks in terms of, starting these games and starting. So Hart comes in off the bench, big rebounds in that fourth quarter, pushing the pace, and we're here. The series is alive. We are alive, ladies and gentlemen. We are alive. Oh, man. Believe. Appreciate every single one of you guys in here, man. We just getting started here on the Knicks Nation post-game show. El Figgy says, bench won us the game tonight. Emmanuel, what's going on, Emmanuel? Let's go one game at a time. The referees were terrible. Emmanuel, the referees were absolutely terrible. The travel that they call on Karl-Anthony Towns wasn't a travel. The foul that they call on Mikal Bridges, the weakest foul call I've ever seen in a playoff game. Weak. They tried to get the Pacers back in the game. Okay, we move on. We win. Terrible. They got to fix that, by the way. Those are pivotal moments. Those are pivotal moments that it needs to be investigated. I digress. Oh, man. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Jose says keep. Because a lot of fans be bugging and tripping. Now, Thibs ain't a problem, but when they lose because of the players accountable, Knicks in 7. What's going on, Jose? Appreciate the members in here. Ronald says, my heart can't take this. Loud and clear says, believe like Timo Cruz says, it ain't over. It ain't over. Daddy Sports says Brunson has Daddy Sports. I don't know. Maybe I'll just pronounce your name as 79. I don't know if I can continue to say Daddy Sports. Brunson has to see how much better the offense flows when he's out. He has to move the ball more and keep Indy honest. Big Taz says very good adjustments by Coach Thibs, and it looks like Josh Hart didn't miss a beat, plus Hart closed out the fourth. Big Taz, what's going on? Let me make this a little bit smaller, by the way. All we wanted to see in game 3, when you lose this game, the series is over. Let's be real, ladies and gentlemen. You lose this game, series is over. Knicks are down 20. Maybe it's destiny. Maybe we're here again. Down 20 in a place that you have not won ever in a playoff. Ever. It's crazy sad. They said it on this TNT broadcast. I can't believe that. The Knicks have not won a playoff game in Indiana. You haven't won in Indiana in the playoffs. Your backs are against the wall. You go down 3-0, it's a wrap. You're down 20. Knicks fans are like, all right, I'll see you next season. They're not looking good. They're not defending. And then your center, who has, let's be honest, been getting the slings and arrows in these past 48 hours because of his defensive woes, his defensive woes. He's just not a good defender. And credit to Cat. Better defense. Not picking up that 5th foul. And he came out in the 4th quarter playing like a man playing amongst boys. Dominant. To the rack and 1. Dunking. 3s. You just love the way he played in that 4th quarter when it was that lineup that I was talking about. Wright, Deuce, Shamet, Hart, Towns. When he was the focal point in that in that 4th quarter, Karl-Anthony Towns was dominant. Dominant. Deuce McBride with some big plays. We've been preaching. I'd never wanted to see Campaign on my screen. And tonight, we did not see Campaign on my screen. I did not see Campaign on my screen. Thank you, Tom Thibodeau. Thank you. Round of applause for that, man. Instead, Tom Thibodeau pivots and plays DeLon Wright, who is a way better defender, right? And can do pretty much similar things like Campaign on offense, even though DeLon Wright, offensively that's not his strong suit. But we just wanted to see something different because Campaign was just playing terrible. He pivoted. He went back to Shamet. And credit to those guys for staying ready. Shamet, I thought we got some major minutes from Landry Shamet, by the way. Major minutes from Landry Shamet. Major minutes, man. Great win, man. Jalen Brunson, 23 points, 1 assist. Pretty much I'm not going to say got benched the entire 4th quarter because he was in foul trouble. But credit to Tom Thibodeau, rolling with that lineup for a while. up until I think I wrote it down here. I think it was up until like less than 2 minutes, right? It was less than 2 minutes. Jalen Brunson comes back in the game, and he hits a clutch shot. Like, he hits a little clutch floater shot that gives the Knicks a little bit of breathing room, and that was a big shot in the moment. And you see your captain went 10 of 10 from the free throw line. But it's all right here with Karl-Anthony Towns, 24 points, 15 boards, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 3 of 7 from 3, 8 of 17, 33 minutes. It seems like he just had, one of his big Knick moments, right? He had that game in Detroit where he won the game for the Knicks. Now he had a big game versus the Indiana Pacers where essentially your season's backed up. Your season's on the line. And shout out to OG Anunoby. I thought the Knicks should have been featuring OG Anunoby more in this basketball game. 4-6 from 3 for OG Anunoby. He loves playing in Indiana. Don't forget, OG Anunoby went to college in Indiana. So Anunoby loves playing in Indiana. Anunoby with an efficient 4 threes, 4-6 from 3, 16 points. And that defensive possession, when was it, on Naismith, where he blocked the crap out of him? You're like, okay, this Knicks team defensively, you could tell OG Anunoby's morale picks up a bit when he's out there with defenders on the floor. You could tell. Deuce McBride made up for his 3 dumb fouls in the first quarter. 9 points, big threes, went to the free throw line. I love the aggressiveness, going after Siakam there. Josh Hart, I thought Josh Hart with probably, after getting benched, essentially, quote unquote, even though Josh Hart finished the basketball game. So he came out and just played a Josh Hart game, and that's pretty much all we've been wanting and asking for. The rebounds that he had in the fourth quarter, massive. Some massive rebounds from Josh Hart in the fourth quarter. And look at the free throws, guys. Make your free throws, you win the game. I was a nervous wreck late in that fourth quarter, man. 27 of 30 at the free throw line. They only missed 3 free throws. We can breathe. We can breathe. Nostalgic. What's going on, Nostalgic? Isaiah. Let's go, Knicks. This was a legacy game from Cat. The big bodega was amazing in the fourth quarter. Legacy game, Isaiah. Anthony says Knicks in 6. D Sports says 15 boards for Cat. D Sports, appreciate you. Nostalgic says right in sham. It's a new series, guys. It's a new series. It's a new series, right? Look, job is not finished. You want to take both of these games in Indiana, man. But this one, just, guys, at halftime, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't think this Knicks team can do it. I wasn't confident at all. They just weren't. They were playing very lethargical. Jalen Brunson with, I don't know what it is with the foul trouble now. He gets into foul trouble essentially like every game, and it's frustrating. He has to do better in regarding that. And you're starting to see now when Jalen Brunson is off the floor, the Knicks are comfortable when he's off the floor running their offense. They're comfortable. And that's not a negative. That's actually a good thing. Right? Because at times the ball sticks. The ball is very sticky with Brunson. He's a great one-on-one player. Great at what he does. Great at his craft. Great footwork. Amazing player. But at times the ball does stick. And you're seeing now when he was on the bench in that fourth quarter, you ran your offense through Karl-Anthony Towns, and it seemed like he was taking 2-3 steps and then getting to the rim at will. They can't guard him. Karl-Anthony Towns is so gifted as an offensive player that is the luxury of having a big cat. When Brunson is, in foul trouble or, just not playing up to his ability, you can give the ball to Big Cat and run the offense through him. We even saw some great passes from Big Cat tonight. I know he only finished with 1 assist, but he had a great pass. So I believe it was DeLon Wright underneath the hoop. Great pass. So I'm hoping that this win, down 20, The Knicks found something within the rotation, and we can build off of it, right? No guys played over 40 minutes. Mikal Bridges seemed like, to start the basketball game, I was on Mikal Bridges. I'm like, bro, you got to make your open shots, bro. You got to make your open shots. But hit the 2 free throws in the fourth quarter, and here we are. Good defense from Mikal, 2 steals, 15 points. Anunoby, man, I don't want to look OG Anunoby, man. He showed up. OG Anunoby showed up in a big way, major way. Major way. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Appreciate all of you in the chat. Smash the like button, subscribe, all the good stuff. We back in the series, ladies and gentlemen. We back in the series. Otonio says facts. Anthony continued to play Shamet and Wright. Yeah, that's it. Look, I've been calling for Shamet. I've been calling for more Wright than Shamet. But a lot of Knicks fans have been like, why hasn't Shamet been playing? This dude I think he matches up extremely well against this Pacer team. And look, in the first half, this Pacer team, credit to them. They were playing at such an efficient rate. Their offense is a machine. I mean, they set pick after pick after pick, running the Knicks in actions, and they just find and hunt Jalen Brunson and the Knicks' weakest defender on the court at all times. And it just seems like they get the Knicks in foul trouble every single game. And I'm sitting back. Knicks are down 20 after that Obi dunk, and I'm like, I don't know if we can. I don't know. This is not looking good. This is not looking good. And then credit to the Knicks. A pivotal moment in the game is when the Knicks cut that lead. They kept chipping away. I said, get the lead to 10 going into the fourth quarter. You win the fourth quarter, you got to win the game. Right? You win the fourth quarter, you're going to win the game. And the Knicks did exactly that. Right? In the fourth quarter. What did they score in the fourth? 36 points in the fourth quarter, 20 points. They held the Pacers to 42 points in the second half. Think about that. They held the Pacers to 42 points in the second half after the Pacers scored 58 points in the first half. Pacers scored 58 points in the first half, 42 in the second half, and that is why your New York Knicks were able to win this basketball game, is when their defense intensity picked up. Let's go. We back. Everything we wanted. Delon Wright, Landry Shamet, they made a difference. Say what you want. They made a difference. If you're a box score watching, you're going to be like, Delon Wright, 2 points. What are you talking about, Ant? As soon as he came in the game, he had a deflection for a steal. Campaign ain't doing that. He made a difference. And the intensity, even though Landry Shamet has been sitting on his ass for what it seems like 2 or 3 weeks now, he has stayed ready. Came in tonight, and he hit a 3, also had 2 assists. And it's not the offense that we've been. Shamet can play some sneaky good D. Shamet, the intensity on the defensive end for Landry Shamet, right when he got called, right when he drew the offensive foul, and he screamed towards the Knicks bench. Like, we saw him scream. I got the picture right here. This play. I put it in my final score graphic. Right when Landry Shamet screamed towards the Knicks bench, I'm like, okay, man. This dude is passionate. He wants to win, man. It's not over. It's not over. We got dogs on the bench. Just got to go to them. And Tom Thibodeau went to them. Thank you. It's what we've been wanting. And look, these guys aren't major, household names. Delon Wright, Landry Shamet. Most of you guys are looking at me and I'm like, really? But whoa, we're working with what we have. And what we have was Campaign that was dribbling full court off his foot, falling down, ball out of bounds. Getting hunted every time he was in the game defensively. Every time Rick Carlisle was hunting this man. Can't play. No egos, right? Just wins. And what you saw tonight was the Knicks team ready to compete, especially in that second half, ready to play defense. And let's go. We back in the series, guys. That's all we wanted. We win tonight. Look, this Knicks team, the backs were against the wall, and you can't go down 3-0. Now, we still got work to do. Still got to win one more in Indiana. Let's get this thing 2-2, headed back to New York. And then you're really rocking, right? But now you guarantee yourself a Game 5 in Madison Square Garden. And here we go. I just love the way this Knicks team played defensively tonight. Love the intensity. And love that we saw Karl-Anthony Towns. And maybe, look, he's been through these moments. He was in the Western Conference Finals last year. He's a talented player. He got benched in Game 2 because of his defense. That's why a lot of Knicks fans were like, why are you benching Towns, man? Defensively, he's struggling, but offensively, we need him. And he showed you tonight, man. Don't bench me. That's what I could do offensively. Let's go. Yuri, appreciate you in the chat. Appreciate all the members in the chat. Dino says we not done. Wayne says salute Knicks Nation. We are back. We back. The big cat. The big cat. 20-point fourth quarter for Karl-Anthony Towns. Mr. Nice says, yo. What's going on, Mr. Nice? Isaiah says, I just pray Cat begins to realize just how dominant he can be, man. Cat was the #1 pick for a reason. The thing about Cat, right, is a fascinating player, man. He does dumb stuff, and then the next play, he'll do something amazing offensively, and you're like, oh, my God. Right? I mean, the foul trouble with Cat is a thing, and we know that, and he needs to be better at that. He had 6 turnovers as well. It should have been 5, by the way. Again, the travel call that they called on him late in the game was not a travel. I mean, thank God we won this basketball game. But look, bottom line is you're starting to see that when Brunson and Cat are on the floor together, it's kind of an issue defensively. It's an issue defensively, and the Pacers are taking advantage of it. Brunson and Cat are not great defenders, right? And that's why you saw Mitch Robinson start today to kind of, hide that, so if you will. But Brunson and Cat together on the floor, defensively is a problem. Indiana is eating that alive. And what you saw in that fourth quarter is Brunson was sitting because of his foul trouble. You had Cat, but you surrounded Cat with 4 great defenders. And he was feasting. He was feasting. You surrounded him with Josh Hart, Shaman. I'm not going to call Shaman a great defender. Deuce and DeLon Wright. All guys that were putting pressure on the ball, playing physical. And it just led to Karl-Anthony Towns carrying this New York Knicks team in the fourth quarter. Yeah, man. What a game. We even saw Tom Thibodeau and his adjustments. We even saw a lineup that we haven't seen all year. We saw DeLon Wright, Landry Shamet, Josh Hart, Anunoby, and Towns. That lineup we haven't seen all year. That was because Deuce was in foul trouble. But look, credit to the coach, man. I rip him. I ripped him after game 2. Obviously, I've been ripping him, but he made his adjustments. Your backs are up against the wall. And Tom Thibodeau, it was reported 20 minutes prior to tip-off, he was still deciding about not benching Josh Hart. It was bothering him. You could tell it was bothering, but he did it. And he made the adjustments for the bench too. And it worked. It worked. And here we are, 2-1. Let's go. Otonio says the series is not over. It's not. Dino says Brunson is going to get better and better too. Let's go. West End says Knicks play better on the road. Yes. Sarah says, let's go. Let's go. What's up, Sarah? Cam Payne was wasting possessions. Anthony in the chat. Dino says that contested 3 was crazy from Karl-Anthony Towns. Yes, it was. And look, man, Edwin says, let's freaking go. Let's go, Knicks. Anthony says, I think we need to start the DeLon Wright. Isaiah says, my biggest complaint was answered. Campaign didn't play, and that needs to continue. That's it. That's it. That's it. After game 2, I couldn't take it no more. And opposing teams Every time Campaign was in the game, he started the game. If you think it got it, guys, I don't want to be that guy. I really don't, because this is not who I am. Knicks should be up like 2-1 in this series. I don't want to be that guy though. I'm not going to be that guy. But game 1, you have the epic collapse. Should have won that one. Game 2, you go into the fourth quarter. It's anyone's game, and then Tom Thibodeau decides to put Campaign out there in the pivotal minutes. Head into the starting the fourth quarter, and Campaign just craps the bed, and then you didn't recover after that. You kind of benched Towns during the fourth quarter, and everyone's questioning that. Tonight was just Brunson foul trouble in the fourth quarter. Cat dominating, new rotation, new starting lineup, and we come out on top with a dub. So it was about time, is where I'm getting at. It was about time for Tom Thibodeau to stop being so stubborn. And look, he has made his adjustments these playoffs. But me personally, I thought Landry Shamet should have been playing. Like, I don't care that he was playing so poorly against the Detroit Pistons in the first round, and he wasn't hitting his shots, and even defensively, he wasn't playing good. But that shouldn't have given you the reason just to take him out the rotation completely. So he went back to him tonight, and I think this could be a good, for however long this series goes, I think Landry Shamet has now warranted more playing time. And here we are. El Figgy says, Ant, you're 100% correct. This should be 2-1. It should be, but it's the NBA, and I don't want to be that guy. So we're still down 1-2. Still got to win one more game to tie this series up, and let's go. I mean, you're down 20 on the road in a place where you have not won a playoff game ever. And something just clicked, man. Defensively, this Knicks team just locked in, and Karl-Anthony Towns turned into Super Saiyan in the fourth quarter. And look, man, say what you want about Cat. Lousy defensively, yes. But I saw him and OG Anunoby talking before the game. You know, you have fights with your family. I mean, we saw the fight in game 1 between Anunoby and Cat, but he is so talented. So talented. Now you're seeing him hit his threes, shoot more threes. The contested three that he hit, like somebody else said in the chat earlier, disgusting. Disgusting. And here we are, 2-1. Let's go. Hop into Discord if you guys wanted to call into the show and voice your excitement. Let me pin the Discord link in the chat. Pin the Discord link in the chat for you guys. But yeah, your Knicks did what they're supposed to do. They won game 3, and now you got to win game 4. Get greedy. I want to get greedy. I want that Tyrese Halliburton picture to bite him in the ass. Come on, man. I want that picture to bite him in the ass. And look, Halliburton didn't do much for them in this game. Right? Let me go back to the box score. You held them in check in the second half, especially the fourth, man. That's something. Knicks found something defensively in that second half. And obviously the personnel was major, but I mean, on their side, Halliburton inefficient. 20 points, 2 of 8 from 3. Miles Turner, 1 of 6 from 3. I thought that Miles Turner 3, by the way, was going in. The one Josh Hart rebound, I thought that was going in. I was like, oh, man, please don't. Aaron Naismith turned his ankle, came back in the game. Siakam, efficient night, but really didn't do much for them. TJ McConnell still a pest. Right? Knicks were attacking Bradley. Ben Shepherd, Ben Mathurin hasn't given them anything. But Nembhard, man, I'm telling you, I think this Knicks team, look, the personnel matches up against these guys, man. When it's such a difference when you have DeLon Wright out there compared to Campaign out there guarding these guys. Like, come on. And Landry Shamet, who's a bigger body, out there playing defense and being physical with these guys, who's also a threat to shoot. You can't leave Shaman open because he's gonna this is a difference. This is why we wanted to see these guys play, right? So I'm happy that we're here. I'm happy that Tom Thibodeau changed the rotation, changed the starting five. And look, I'm happy that we came back from 20 points down again and we won. I mean, it seems like, look, we've now done that 3 times on the road, which is crazy. Like a crazy thing to think about. But we're better on the road, which is like weird because, but I get it though. I mean, you're away from the distractions. You're away from New York. You're away from the pressure. You're better on the road. You seem more focused and locked in. And in the first half, they weren't. Offensively in that second quarter, disaster. Defense, disaster in that second quarter. But the third quarter, man, when the Knicks won the quarter, they were chipping the lead away, and the Pacers really started to flounder a bit at the end of the third quarter into the fourth quarter, and the Knicks took advantage of that. They did. Let's go. Let's go, man. We here. Anthony says, I told y'all. Dino says we need DeLon Wright to keep playing grit defense. Anthony says, shout out to Tom Thibodeau. El Figgy says, I love seeing PJ Tucker gassing the guys up. He brings great energy to the locker room. Shout out to PJ. Shout out to the guys staying ready. Smart Kid. What's going on, Smart Kid? I haven't seen you here in a while. Appreciate every single one of you guys in here, man. Smash the like button, guys. We're back in this series, man. We're back in this series. They didn't want to go down 3-0. No. Right? We can be happy about this one, but the job isn't finished. But I just love the adjustments tonight. Love the way they played. And yes, people are going to talk about Brunson. People are going to say the Knicks play better with Brunson off the court defensively, which is true. Defensively, the Knicks are night and day when Brunson's on the bench. And you saw that in the fourth quarter, right? You can't hunt him, right? He's not a good defender, but he plays extremely hard and he draws fouls. And, even though he's not a good defender, he's a great team defender. He's not a good individual defender. But people are going to start saying, look at this team play better without the ball stopper, Jalen Brunson on the court. I know we're going to hear people say that. I know we're going to hear calls say that. But guys, Brunson came back in this game in the fourth quarter, hit a big shot, big floater shot. But look, Brunson and Cat together on the floor. Defensively, it's an issue. It is, especially against this Pacer team. But I'm not going to go there tonight because Brunson, look, foul trouble needs to stop. He needs to foul. I mean, the turnovers, it was like to be honest with you guys, if I was to give Brunson a grade tonight, I'll give him a B-, maybe C+. I mean, the 10 for 10 free throw line gives him an extra boost. But the 5 fouls, the 3 turnovers, 1 assist, 6 of 18, 1 of 5 from 3. His biggest shot was late in the fourth quarter. And the free throws, of course. But one thing I know about Jalen Brunson is that he'll work on it. He'll work on it. He'll work on it. I mean, everyone has taken, the thing about losing is you're going to try to pinpoint everything. Everyone has taken slings and arrows here. I mean, after game 2, it's Karl-Anthony Towns sucks. Why did we make the Karl-Anthony Towns trade? After game 2, it was also Jalen Brunson's a ball hog, and the ball stops when Jalen Brunson, and the Knicks can't run their offense with Jalen Brunson as a point guard. Right? So, I'm just happy we got a win. And here we are. Right? Here we are. Magic says, I love Brunson. Philip says, bro, are you happy? Yes, I'm happy. Chill guy from TikTok says Brunson's the best point guard in the NBA. Diego from TikTok says says OG Anunoby. Yeah, look, I don't want to gloss over this OG Anunoby game, guys. I really think, I mean, 9 shots for OG Anunoby. I think that needs to be up. I think that needs to be up more. I think you can really find. I don't think the Pacers can guard this man. And I know OG Anunoby is sometimes awkward when it comes to dribbling the basketball, loses it a lot, and needs to work on his handle. But Anunoby with the 4 threes, I mean, he needed every single one of them. He needed every single one of them. I'm happy we got this win. I really am. I'm so happy. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. The big cat. There he is. The big cat. The big bodega. Let's go, man. Let's go. We here. We here. I think I got this cat shot somewhere. The Karl-Anthony Towns 3. I think I got it. Oh, let's get to some of these highlights. Why won't you, huh? Let's get to this weak foul call, by the way. Good thing it didn't bite the Knicks in the ass, but I mean, how do you call this foul in a playoff game, by the way? Like, what is this? I guess, like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Shout out to Deuce, man. Step it up. And this was the travel that they called on Karl-Anthony Towns, by the way. That was not a travel. And it would have put the Knicks up 6. Not a travel. They called this a travel, right? 1, 2. He gathered, then did 1, 2. Didn't lift up his pivot foot. Not a travel. Let's get to the good stuff, man. Let's get to Karl-Anthony Towns. Do I have the 3? I don't know if I have the 3. Oh, let's get to the dunk. The big cat. The dunk, the big cat. Look at this, man. Fourth quarter. Fourth quarter. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Momentum shifter, man. Momentum shifter, man. I'm so happy that cat really had that moment. I really am. Scott Foster did his very best to Foster got to be better. Mikal, man. Sosa, Mikal, man, dude, be open and just be bricking Sosa. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing with Mikal Bridges. He'll be wide open, and it's frustrating because it's normally to start these basketball games where Mikal Bridges is open and he just be clank, brick, and it's frustrating. But look, his defense picked up in the second half. He hit 2 big free throws, and here we are, right? It is frustrating, though. I even tweeted it that Mikal needs to do better at hitting his open looks. And he will. He will. Let's get some Landry Shaman on our screen. Boom. Look at that emotion. Look at that emotion. Let's go, Shaman. For a guy that hasn't played in weeks, for him to come in a pivotal game 3 in Indiana and play like that defensively with the intensity. Come on, man. Ready. Shout out to Shaman, man. Honestly, shout out to Shaman. Big game from Landry Shaman. Big game. Man, we did it, guys. We didn't go down 0-3. We're here. It's now 1-2. The Knicks still got work to do here. And let's go. I like the way the cameras found the 5 Knicks fans in the crowd. I love it too. I can sleep comfortably tonight. Let's go get the next one on Tuesday. Let's go. Marsh Jones says, whenever Hallie check, gotta hunt him every possession. Yeah, gotta hunt Tyrese Halliburton. You saw the Knicks do that with Mikal Bridges at times, right? When Mikal Bridges is being guarded by Halliburton, you see him trying to take him on the post and take him down low. But, I mean, I think Mikal can get to the free throw line at least 5 or 6 more times a game. Shies away from contact, which I don't like from Mikal Bridges. That's one of the warts I don't like from Mikal Bridges, is that he's not aggressive enough for me. Shies away from contact. Loves the mid-range fadeaway, which is his bread and butter. So you live with that because he's comfortable in shooting that shot. But, I mean, I thought defensively he really picked it up in the fourth, and so did everyone else. Right? Big Mitch started. And look, we've been wanting the big lineup for what? Forever, it seems like. We've been wanting the big lineup. Mitch starts with Cat. And you saw the difference. Mitchell Robinson in the first quarter, I think he grabbed 2 offensive rebounds, had 3 rebounds. He had a putback. You see the difference. And that guys, that makes a difference, guys. Starting the game behind the 8 ball, every single game, going down 8, going down 10. It just can't continue. It can't. Right? And, look, you still lost the first quarter, but it did make a difference. I know Josh Hart played a lot, and he closed the game, and he just looked phenomenal to close the game. He looked fresh. He looked good. Those rebounds, those big rebounds, I love it. The ball was slow. Like, the first half was just such a bad half for the Knicks. They were getting into their offense so slow. I mean, it took them like 16, I think in the first quarter, 15.7 seconds per possession for the Knicks in the first quarter. Would be the slowest in the league during the regular season. In that first quarter. Slow. Right? Second quarter, slow too. And look, it was more to do with the new lineup. Maybe that was more of the case. Maybe they'll fix that and address that. But it worked when it's all said and done. Right? It worked. Josh Hart closed. You saw Mitchell Robinson out there as well. It worked. And I think Tom Thibodeau will continue to go back to it, and I hope he does. I hope he does. Oh, man. Pot Reeks in the TikTok says he thinks he's Dirk with the fadeaway. Sometimes it's just not the shot we need. Talking about Mikal Bridges. Yeah. That's Mikal. He shies away from contact, and yeah, it frustrates me a lot because I feel like the same way Indiana is getting our guys into foul trouble, which it seems like every game, is the same way you can kind of get them into foul trouble too, right? Let me make myself smaller so you guys can see. Look, Anunoby big game. Karl-Anthony Towns A+, Anunoby A+, Bridges B, Mitch B, Brunson B, but it was your bench. It was your bench that stepped up tonight, man. It was DeLon Wright. It was Landry Shamet. It was Josh Hart. I'm saying that because, yes, he's part of the bench now. It worked. Starting Mitchell Robinson, everyone, like, I thought we were going to see Precious as the backup big. I thought that was the backup big, Precious Achua. But no, Dibbs went to Shamet and went to Wright. 2 guys that have size. He went small, and the Pacers were struggling with that, right? And it wasn't Precious. Starting Mitchell Robinson allows you to put Josh Hart on the bench. Now you got McBride, Hart, Wright, Shamet. Now you got options on the bench, and that's one of the reasons why we wanted Tom Thibodeau to go to that lineup. But it worked. It did when it's all said and done. So I'm hoping it works in Game 4, and let's go. Let's go. Let's get to your Discord calls, guys. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Smash the like button, subscribe, hit the Discord if you guys wanted to call in to the show. Those of you on TikTok, go over to the YouTube Live. This is when I take calls now. Appreciate you guys on TikTok. Let's go. Let's go. Who we got waiting? Who we got waiting? Do. Let's go to the Discord. Let's put the Discord right here. Make it a little smaller. All right. All right,
Nation,
we are in the Discord chat, and look who decided to show up, Mr. Yuri. What's going on, Yuri?
I'm back from personal stuff. I know everyone missed me. I know Figgy missed me. I know Evan missed me. And Ant, I know you missed me. I'm going to keep it real. Despite the personal stuff I had going on in my life,
Hope all
I
is
could
well,
not
by
be
the way,
around for
Yuri.
game
Hope all
one
is
and
well.
game two. I could not be around for game one and game two, my man. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. I couldn't force myself to go on to post games, man. I couldn't do it.
Hey, I appreciate your honesty. Hope all is well with you, and hope your personal stuff, pulls through whatever you're going through. But you're back now, and how about that win, man? Big cat, big
Big
cat.
Cat, yo, when he posted on two Pacer players and he mean munged the crowd, that was the legacy game tonight.
Mm-hmm.
This was the Cat legacy game we needed. You know, and this team is special, man. Let's not get it twisted. This team is special. 3 20-point comebacks, man. Not one, not two, but three. No team has done that, Ant.
I'd rather not do it, but we've done it. We've done it.
And now there's a lot more riding on the series for both teams. Knicks, you choked a 14-point lead with 2 minutes left. I don't think it was the worst choke in history. There's been a lot worse. But I got over that choke. All of us have to get over it too. Now, Tyrese choking another 20-point lead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Tyrese choked a 20-point lead. And he did the choke sign in game one.
I so hope that picture comes back to bite him. I really do. Look, job ain't finished, though.
Job ain't finished, though. But I know we bashed the coach. We've been giving him hell for the past 2 games. But hey, give credit when credit's due, man. He coached a good game tonight.
Yeah, he did.
And I know we've been having our differences lately with him, but hey, listen, when he coaches good, he coaches good. When he coaches bad, he coaches bad. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Yeah. I haven't beat around the bush.
Yeah.
About it. But I need to see more from Jalen Brunson, man. I know he does a lot for us, but I'm going to have the hot take. I think I give him a D tonight, and I don't care if he hit that floater in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I need him to be better with the turnovers. I need him to pass the ball more. I get it. The team relies on you for the points, but I need him to realize that the team is behind him, and he needs to trust his teammates more.
I agree, Yuri. Look, I gave him a B-, but I might, just for hitting that shot in the fourth quarter because it was such like a pivotal moment. But and 10-10 from the free throw line. I think I saw El Figgy said, round of applause for the guys, hitting their free throws. It's about time. But right. I didn't like the turnovers. The poor decisions from Brunson, the foul trouble. It needs to stop. But, it feels good talking about that after a win than a loss. So, here we
go. And listen, we haven't played our best game yet, too. And that's what scares me. When are we going to get our game? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Knicks are better on the road. It's no coincidence. If this game doesn't prove it, what will? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, well said.
And I'm going to add my point, one more point to the people that say we should get Giannis. I know we were dooming about those 2 games. Don't get me wrong. Those 2 games are going to go down in history as probably the greatest playoff games for all the wrong reasons. If you're a casual NBA fan. If you're a Knicks fan, it's going to go down. But if you're a casual fan, you don't love those 2 games.
Yep.
And another thing I want to add before I go is that I just hope Tibbs just doesn't stop being stubborn. I don't want him to be stubborn, man. This is not the time.
Yeah, look.
Not the time.
Appreciate the call, Yuri. Look, he made his adjustments tonight. Got a tippy cap to Tom Thibodeau, and, the bench mob showed up, man. Shamit, Wright, Hart, part of the bench mob. Now let's go. So tippy cap to Tibbs. He made his adjustments. And it's never, look, a lot of people said it's a little bit too late, Tom Thibodeau. You should have been doing this a long time ago, but here we are. Appreciate the call, Yuri. Let's get to Say Quizzy. What's going on, Say Quizzy?
You hear me?
Yeah, we got you loud and clear, man. Big cat.
The Knicks, they just love to stress you out. They love to go down by 20 and then just learn how to play basketball when they down by 20. I don't understand, but a W is a W. We finally start Mitch. We've been asking for this for the longest. And coming into this game, when I heard we were starting Mitch, I was like, is Tibbs gonna play other players if Cat or Mitch get in foul trouble out there together? He did. He played right, Shaman. Like, we need them. We was asking Payne to stop playing. There was no reason for him to play. He gives you no defense, and he just chucks up a bunch of threes. But I thought the bench played good today. They gave us some minutes. Josh Hart played good. He passed the ball around, moved fast. Like, this got to keep going. And the best part about this, we didn't play that good, and we won. It's a different thing when you blow out a team and Pacers got to adjust. It's not really much they could adjust because we didn't even play that good. But the refs was making me scratch my head this game. They was calling some soft fouls for the Pacers, and I'm like, bro, come on, let them play. There was a lot of iffy calls, but Cat came up big after getting those fouls. He came up big, hit some shots, hit some threes, got an and one. Even Deuce in that third was big because he was in foul trouble too. Like, him hitting those threes for us, getting those layups, making his free throws. That's another thing we need, was to make your free throws today.
Yes.
That was good. Bridges got to get better at making the shots when he's wide open early. He be getting me tight when I think it was that play where they passed him in the corner. He missed. We got the ball back. He was in the same corner, missed. I said, come on now. It seems like the Pacers, they don't miss. If you give them a couple of shots wide open, most of the time they hitting that. So we got to get better at that. At least we won today, and it was a terrible game. Brunson, he got to pass the ball. You got to move fast. I feel like sometimes we move too slow. I don't like we hold the ball for 15 seconds or 20 seconds, and then after that, we just forcing up a shot. We got to go on our offense quick for the next game, but at least we got a W today, and we need another one. Go to another one, and we could go back in MSG. Hopefully, we can take that one. But that's all I really got to say.
Let's go. Appreciate the call, say Quizzy. Yeah, Bridges got to hit his shots early, and we need another dub. Deuce McBride, huge defense was huge in that second half. Huge. And we're now just getting, Josh Hart said, so this is from the postgame. Josh Hart said he came to Tom Thibodeau with the idea of moving to the bench. He said it's a discussion that occurred before and talked about doing it before Game 6 against Boston. So it was Josh Hart coming to Tom Thibodeau about getting benched and moving to the bench. So it wasn't Thibs. It was Hart. Interesting. El Figgy, what's going on? How are you?
Hello, Ant. Good. Hello, Nick Nation. It's good to be a Knicks fan tonight, guys.
Yes.
Man, what a win. And yeah, I'm gonna tell the chat and everybody listening, guys, man, we just gotta buckle up for this series. I said it at the beginning of the series. Some people were saying the Knicks were gonna sweep the Pacers. People were saying Knicks in 5. I knew this was gonna be a dogfight. Just the Pacers. They have the highest shooting percentage in the league. They had the highest scoring percentage coming out of the All-Star break. So they've been on a hot streak since after the All-Star break.
Pacers are a machine.
Oh, no. Look at TJ McConnell. He looks like the second coming of Allen Iverson over here. I mean, come on. This is going to be tricky, guys. So everybody, you drink hard liquor, take a shot before the games, get yourselves together. These are going to be dogfight games. But all we have to do is keep it close. Keep it close. And Thibs has got to get out of his bullheaded stubbornness, which tonight, I think the refs forced his hand. I know everybody wants to give Thibs his flowers on tonight, but in my opinion, I watched the game. I don't think Thibs made adjustments because he chose that. I think Cat got into foul trouble. He had 5 fouls. Jalen had 5 fouls. So he put in DeLon Wright. He put in Deuce a lot earlier than he normally would have. Shamet got some time over Campaign because I think,
But
he knew that Campaign.
In the second half, he went back to DeLon Wright, even with the foul trouble with Deuce. But I know what you're saying about Deuce in the first half because Deuce picked up 3 fouls and then he went to DeLon Wright. So I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think the refs kind of, forced his hand in some of this, in my opinion. I don't necessarily think this is a Tom Thibodeau masterclass coaching session here, but whatever happened to make it happen, I'm grateful. I'm not going to knock it. I'm not going to kick a gift horse in the mouth. Just a couple of points I wanted to make. With Kat and Jalen going into the halftime, they were on the bench, and we went on a 5-0 run to bring it to within 13.
Yeah.
That's big. That's big. That shows. For whatever reason, you guys want to say it's ball movement. I think that part of it is ball movement. I think DeLon Wright moves the ball around a lot better, and I think that spreads out the defense. But I also think in some ways, guys, Pacers haven't seen DeLon Wright. The Pacers haven't seen a lot of, Landry Shamet.
Yep.
The Pacers haven't seen some of our bench guys. So they don't necessarily know how to deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that works to our benefit. We had our 2 best spurts during this game without Jalen on the floor. Again, not a knock on our captain, but I always say that matchups matter. Matchups matter. Deuce did not necessarily have a great series against Detroit, but he had a much better series in Boston. He matched up much better guarding Peyton Pritchard and these guys. Just matchups matter sometimes, guys. And it's possible that Jalen, because of his lack of defensive prowess, he's just not really being able to be his best version of himself. Now, the turnovers, he admits, he's got to clean that up. I think he had 3 turnovers in 5 minutes. Unacceptable. He knows that, and I'm not worried one bit. Let me tell you something. One person, if you want to name one person on the Knicks, I'll never worry about is Jalen Brunson.
Yeah,
because I know
he got to clean up for sure. Definitely got to clean those turnovers.
For sure.
Him and Kat had bad turnovers tonight too, especially in the first half.
But I just want to tip my cap to Karl-Anthony Towns, man. What a surge of energy he gave us in that second half. Just, going, attacking, flexing in front of the Indy fans. That gets us up, man. That's what we need. Sometimes we need a jolt in the arm. OG Anunoby with that big block on Neesmith, get that out of here.
Yep.
Sometimes that is what you need from the team to get up, and that was just nasty work in the best possible way, and I loved every minute of it. I love that Kat brought the grit we needed tonight. I'm proud of our guys. Let's just keep these games close, because now we know if we keep it close, we can pull it out in the fourth quarter. And these are going to be close games, and we don't know what's going to happen going down the stretch. We got to clean up some stuff. I also want to say thank you for making Josh Hart made all his free throws going into those last couple minutes, which were huge because we were only up by 2. That put us up by 4 at one point and then put us up again at 5. Josh Hart with those big, so, it makes it a 2-possession game instead of a 1-possession game.
Huge.
Big
Huge.
free throws.
Huge.
And those rebounds. One more point I just wanted to make, and then I'm going to let you go. I was looking at the box score. I'm not a member of the minute police, but I would love to just say right now, no one played over 40 minutes on the Knicks. The highest 2 minutes played were Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. OG 4-6 from the 3-point line. I mean, my man just balled out tonight. Thank you, OG, for bringing it as well. Let's go, Knicks, guys. Let's buckle up. Let's tie this series up on Tuesday. Let's take it back to Madison Square Garden. Let's take this and run with it.
Let's go. Appreciate the call, Figure. Let's go. Take it and run with it. Appreciate the calls from everybody in the chat, man. Let's go. OG. Telling you, man. Difference maker. Cat. Offense in the fourth was one of a kind. Guys, one of a kind. Let's get to his fourth quarter line, by the way. Because I want to get the exact number from Karl-Anthony Towns in the fourth quarter. The exact field goals. All right, here it is. Karl-Anthony Towns in the fourth quarter. 11 minutes, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 6 of 9 from the field, 3 or 4 from 3. Dominant in the fourth quarter. Insane. Let's go, man. Auntie says the big bodega. Thundercat. Come on, man. Catman and Robinson. Que lo que, Bodega Cat. He needed a game like tonight. And look, game one, game one, guys. Game one, he was awesome. Cat and JB were awesome in game one. Awesome. The Knicks just shit the bed in game one. They gave up a lead that was unfathomable at the time. I mean, Naismith went nuclear. Cat was awesome in game one. Game two, defensively, he was getting cooked, rocked defensively, right? Tonight, I thought much better, man. Much better. And look, that has to do with Mitch in there, DeLon Wright. That has to do with, Champ, better defenders around him. And I thought, even though the fouls, you got to cut that out. But much better than game two. And offensively, once you see the ball go in the basket like he was doing, like he was seeing in the fourth quarter, makes you want to play harder defensively. And I thought, he made some key plays in the fourth quarter. And like Jalen Brunson says at the podium, no lead is safe. No lead is safe from Jalen Brunson at the podium. No lead is safe. You're down 20. You think it's over. It's not. We're living in a crazy NBA right now currently. Crazy. Look at this OG Anunoby defensive possession. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my, I gotta blow this up, guys. I gotta blow this up. I mean, come on, bro. Lock up, going nowhere. Where are you going? Where are you going, my guy? Fuck, he said, fuck out of here. Where are you going? Unbelievable. Here it is. It's a fascinating concept. Halliburton says all four guys that played off the bench are all defensive guys. Right? Come on now. Hold on, let me get this right. Let me get this right. Sorry, Knicks Nation's floundering right now.
I mean, with other guys playing, those are, I think those, especially all four of the guys who played off the bench are really defensive guys, and they come in and wreak havoc. And I thought we just didn't do a good job of, continuing to play fast. I felt like I did a poor job of keeping pace in the game, especially in the fourth there. I felt like I was walking the ball up every play.
All right. I don't want to get to it at all. He says all four guys off the bench are really defensive guys, and they come in and wreak havoc. It's like the Pacers are telling Tom Thibodeau what to do. Like, come on, man. There was a funny video of OG Anunoby at the podium. No one asked him a question, and he just walked out.
Yeah. It's an emotional game. It's a long game. Things can happen. Things can not go your way, and you can easily, obviously, crash out, or you can respond the right way. And
crash out. I love that.
That's what came to mind. But I got people in my corner, people on this team who believe in me and believe in us, and so just the conversations that we have as a team and the encouragement, everything we do, is important, and especially throughout a 48-minute game. And so I continue to believe.
Karl.
Let's go. Let's go.
Is anybody gonna ask?
Bad job out of the reporters, by the way. How do you not ask one question to OG Anunoby? One question to OG Anunoby.
Anybody can ask.
And shout out to him for just up and leaving. Bad job out of the reporters. Come on. Come on. Why waste his time? Come on, man.
Defense, what was the key? Our energy. I think we picked things up. Our talk and communication, which we've been harping on. Communication was loud and early, and that helps us. Defense, what was the key? Our energy. I think we picked
Shout out to Landry Shamet, man. I feel like I haven't done enough DJ air horns tonight, man. We back in the series, man. Long way to go, but we here.
What was it about you that allowed you to stay ready and contribute so much today?
It's the playoffs. You need everybody. Rotation shortened in the playoffs. We all know that. You need everybody. So
You need everybody.
It's been my intention. It's been our intention from the
Love
get.
it.
We talked
Love
about
it.
all of us, and we need everybody.
What does it say?
Love it, man. Love it, man.
Oh, he had 9 points or what? 9 players? Oh, yeah. Sham played great. Lon played great. Deuce. You got to give credit to those guys, man. They injected energy into the game. And they're huge. And we're going to continue to rely on guys like that. We got to stop fouling so much. That's one thing that we really kept them in the game. But happy with how those guys played.
Love it, man. You're talking about Sham played great. Lon played great. Talking about DeLon Wright, Deuce. You've got to give credit to those guys. They injected energy in the game.
The lineup change. What can you kind of take us through? What went into that decision?
We could.
You could,
but we won't.
You did though. You did actually. You actually did it. So what went behind actually doing it?
Yeah, and again the same thing. And I said this to you guys earlier. It really didn't impact either guy from a minute standpoint. So to me, when Mitch was coming off the bench, he's a starter coming off the bench. Josh comes off the bench, he's a starter coming off the bench. Their minutes are going to be the same, and both guys mix and match. They both guys are comfortable with both units. And the thing that I love about Josh is the unselfishness. He's one you're concerned because you're not only impacting him, but you're impacting other guys in the starting lineup.
He's excited.
So you got to make sure that's all good.
It's the most.
You're also impacting.
It's the most we've ever gotten on a Tom Thibodeau question. This is going on a minute now.
Okay, how could we put this all together?
That's a long answer.
We can make it.
He's excited. That was a long answer. Castro, what's up, gang? Got the W, grit, and always bring that. Let's go. Yvette says, I've been waiting for Shaman to play a long time because I know he can hit some threes sometimes. What's up, Yvette? Hope all is well. Yes. El Figgy says, having fresh legs helps with free throws. Avengers, we need everybody. We need everybody, man.
It's now 3 wins when you've been down by 20 in the playoffs. Can you kind of put into words what that's like as someone who's been around this game for a long time?
Yeah, and I think it's, sort of in playoff basketball. I know you guys.
All right, let's get to the Pacers are talking about the Knicks, so let's get to Rick Carlisle.
Well, they had a lot of their better.
So he was asked, why did the Pacers offense stall out in the second half? That was a question. I know you guys can't hear the question, but here's the answer.
For you guys in the second half, why do you think your offense stalled to the extent that it did?
Well, they had a lot of their better defenders in the game in the second half, and that makes it harder. And so, you've got to grind defensively to get rebounds, and there's a different element of grinding when you're going against their better guys. And so
there it is. They had a lot of better defenders there in the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, your New York Knicks did exactly what they were supposed to do. They could not go down 0-3. The season would have been over. They go down 20 points. You're thinking the season's over. They change up the rotation. They change up the starting five. Karl-Anthony Towns with an amazing fourth quarter. I'm hoping this game 3, injects some life into this team. You got one more win to go in Indiana, a place that they haven't won prior to tonight in the NBA playoffs. Indiana, tough place to play, House of Horrors. Came back from 20, won the basketball game, and here we are. Job ain't finished. That's one, man. Got to get back the one you lost for game 1. Game 4 is just as important, right? Just as important. You don't want to lose that one, go down 3-1. You want to win that one. Got one more game to win in Indiana, but this is a good start in the right direction. They did what they were supposed to do, but they did it differently. They changed the rotation, which is a positive. Guys, appreciate you in the chat. Once again, subscribe, all the good stuff. Appreciate the members in here. As always, check out the website, knicksnationmedia.com. Post game coming right after I get off this live. I'm going to post that from Sarah, and here we go. 3 more to go. 3 more to go. Appreciate every single one of you. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Have a great night. I'll catch you guys next time. Let's go Knicks. Peace.